wax is fairly obviously a byproduct of beekeeping, and I use it for candles and other bits and pieces. Generally, sorting out isn't too difficult. If you've got stuff like this, which is just bits of wax from supers and super frames, which I've got over there, it's not too difficult. It's fairly easy to put it in some sort of bain-marie, melt it, let it cool, and it settles. When you've got brood frames, it's much more difficult. The pupae build a chrysalis bag around them really much, and it's quite difficult to sort out. So because the association have bought one and they are stupidly expensive, I thought I'd have a go at making one myself, and I think it's cost me about £5. Anyway, so basically what it is just a new box that I didn't want. This is the base to it. I've just put a couple of bits there so it's on an angle so the wax can pour down here, and put some weather shield around it just to try and sort of seal it in a little bit. In that it's just this little tray thing, little metal tray, so when the wax melts it'll run down here and go into some sort of pot. Again, I think it's cost us £5. Then on top of that, this is what's called a travel screen, and this would go on top of the nuke box when you're transporting bees around. So it's got a mesh in here that you can give ventilation to the nuke. What I've done is just fit this on top like this, and then the nuke box itself goes on top, and in here are all the frames that I've got all the skanky wax in it that you want to, like that, yeah, horrible, black and dirty. So the frames are in there that you want to melt down. On top of it is just, again, the new box lid that I had, nothing special. Again, it's got some weather shield around here, just so that makes it a bit more sealed. And on top is this thing here. What a lot of the YouTube people use to make these things are this thing rather, which are wallpaper steamers. And what you do is set it up. This is one of the attachments that you use for taking wallpaper off. Again, I've just sealed it around to make it vaguely airtight. That will screw into there, turn it on, the steam will go through, melt the wax, and it will come out here. Now, it takes a little while for the steamer to get up a head of steam, boom, and then it takes a little while for the wax to melt. So we'll stop here and we'll come back once things are underway. This is after about 15 minutes. And as you can see, the wax is pouring out the front. There's also water, obviously, because it's condensing in there. Some of the steam is escaping from the sides, but it's because a bit of the weather shield isn't quite right. Anyway, so that looks a good start. I'm going to leave it for a while until it stops dripping, and then we'll see what it looks like inside. Okay, it's pretty much stopped coming out now. There's still bits coming down, drizzly bits, and because it's quite slow, if there's two in there, it goes hard and it stops the wax from coming out. So every now and again I've just cleared its path out, so to speak, and it's still drizzling a little bit. Right, the product of all this is that just a load of wax. The reason this is like this is because it was hanging over the edge. I just took it off. So there's a lot of wax there which doesn't look in too bad a condition. That's water, obviously it's settled in the pan as it's condensed inside the hole. So it doesn't look too bad at all. As for what's going on inside, steam convert. So see what the frames look like. turn it around. It's very hot. I don't know if you can see, it's sort of wobbling. It's quite jelly-like. And there's nothing at the top. So I'm assuming all of these wobbly things are the pupae chrysalises, or chrysali, what the plural is, and they're of no use to anybody. So I'll go through these frames and cut all this junk out, or it'll fall out, because that one did. This one, as you can see, is pretty much all melted. Inside here, I suspect, yep, is the junk is falling away from the frame. But if you remember, there's a mesh underneath, so it stops it from falling through. So that's worked reasonably well. What I would do next is I would melt this down again. Although it's quite clean, there's still quite a lot of bits of grit and stuff, and if I want to use it for candles, it's not clean enough. So what I'll do is I will quite possibly actually remelt it again in here, and then run it through a filter, which will be done another day. Another thing that I will do is, apart from the horrible skanky frames and things, you build up stuff like this. These are the bits of foundation that I cut out when I was making the little wedges to go on the top bar hive. Perfectly usable. So probably what I'll do, what I will do, is I will put all of these bits of stuff in here and melt it all down, and then do a clean up all in one go. So that will be the next little tiny video bit, which we'll do in a little while. Nearly there. The wax has all melted, if you can see that in there. And there's an ice cream container over there with some perotites over it. So what I need to do is pour this through it. You can see it's starting to collect some of the junk already. So let's put more in there. Oops! This is very watery, so there's a bit of water that's at the bottom of it. So there we go. Leave that for a while. It takes about half an hour or so to dry out rather. So we'll see what we've got at the end of that. And finally, as they say in all news programs, we can see the end result of all of this. Hopefully, take off the stocking type thing, and doesn't look too bad. Right, just snap it away from the outside of the container. It's got a lot of water in the bottom, which is the condensation obviously from the steamer, which is actually a good thing because it means hopefully that all the muck will be sitting in the water rather than stuck to the bottom, which is what it normally is. Now, getting this out of here, oh, by the way, hold it sideways up, you can see there's down to there is wax and all the water stuff's at the bottom. So, oh, how do I get this out? Let's go and pour the waterway outside. That's most of it. Give it a clap, hopefully it will come out. And there we go. Right, so, nice block of wax there, that thick. Fairly predictably at the bottom here there's still some grot, which is fairly soft. What I'll do is once it's hardened and dried out properly, I've got a cheese grater somewhere there which I'll just scrape the bottom of this off. But the top of it looks perfectly okay, certainly good enough for candles, and that will last me quite a good time. So not bad for £5 steam melter. And that's that.